Hey, good people, how you doing? David Taub here, co-creator of nextlevelguitar.com. Hope all is well, and I hope your guitar journey is going famously. And today I have some really cool tips to help you with some chord changes that you might be struggling with. And I want to make the transitions and the time that you're spending practicing your chord changing, as efficient as possible so you can get to playing songs as quickly as possible, right? And there are some simple things that you could do to really move your chord changing to the next level, especially with certain chord changes. And that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to pick out a chord change that everyone's been struggling with at the beginner level, and we're going to dial it in. And if you would like 5 free video lessons that are not on YouTube, that goes into very in-depth on chord changing mechanics and really will get you moving around on the guitar quickly. And it comes with a coinciding ebook too, with chord charts and fretboard diagrams. It's a great reference materials for you beginning guitarists out there, and we'll send it to you for free. 5 free video lessons and a coinciding free ebook. Just click on that link in the text box below this video and we will send it to you for free. So what we're going to work on today is a G to C chord change. And that's a chord change that every guitar player who has ever picked up the guitar has struggled with at first. It's one of the tougher ones in beginner guitar. And that G to C change, or C, or G to C, or C to G, it's in so many songs that you really have to get this one dialed in and get it to the point where it's just totally automatic and you're on autopilot. At first you're learning your first batch of open chords, so you should already be able to play chords like E minor, right, and C major, maybe D major, right, A minor, D minor. Right, you can play thousands and thousands of chords with just the first batch of 8 or 9 open chords. G major, E major, okay? And then the goal is, okay, how do we change chords efficiently? And we have tons of lessons to teach you how to do that on our website at nextlevelguitar.com. But the one chord change that students struggle with is G to C. So let me give you some suggestions on that. And for that, we're going to go in on a tight shot on my fret hand. So we're just going to focus in on a C chord and a G chord. Now, the C chord we're going to be playing is this open position C chord that everybody learns on guitar. Just notice a couple things. My thumb is just over the top of the neck to mute out this low E string, to make sure that when I'm strumming it, see, you can't really hear it ringing over the other notes, and this way I don't have to worry about hitting it. So we use our thumb to mute it, or if your hand's a little smaller and you can't get it, you can always let the tip of your third finger just spill over on that third fret, on that C note. You can let that spill over to the low E string, and you can mute it that way too, if that's easier. Either way, but you definitely want to get that muted, and this is our basic fingering for the C chord. Now, you've probably been playing your G chord either like this, right? Or you've been playing this G chord. I call that the 4-finger G, where you have your pinky on the high E string and your third finger on the 3rd fret of the B string on that D note. They're both G chords. They have a little different timbre because a G chord is basically you're playing a G note, a B note, and a D note. And in this particular fingering of the G, we're playing the B note twice. In this one, we're playing the D note twice. So that's why I get a little different timbre. They're both G major chords. So if you were to go from a G chord to a C chord, now I kind of make it look easy because I've been playing a real long time, but getting your hand to flip over like that is not an easy maneuver, right? See, you got to kind of get it to turn and flip. Same thing if you were doing it with the 4-finger G. You got to get that. Or this G. Turning and flipping is hard at first. So what I'm going to suggest to you is you play G chord differently. Try it like this. Notice here I'm using my pinky. So it's this type of fingering shape, except I'm using my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th fingers now. Now this is going to feel very foreign at first, but it really makes a big difference. I got my pinky on the 3rd fret of the high E string on the G note, my 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the low E string on the G note, and my 2nd finger on the B note on the 2nd fret, right? So you get this. See if you can get that chord to ring out. But notice something. It frees up the 1st finger. So look at this. I'm on a G chord, but doesn't this almost look like a C chord, right? Because all then you have to do to play a C, look at that. G, C. So all I have to do to take this G chord with the pinky to go to a C chord is you drop this 3rd finger down 1 string, right? You drop that 2nd finger down 1 string, kind of that maneuver, and then just add the 1st finger on the C note on the B string, 1st fret, and it makes it so much easier. As compared to having to flip that hand over, which I can do, but for beginners it's much harder. So this is going to feel really weird at first because you're probably not using your pinky in this type of configuration. And then you want to practice what I call chord change mechanics, and that's just going from one chord, getting all the notes to ring out, to the next chord. All the notes to ring out. Back and forth. 5 minutes a day. Any chord changes you're struggling with, back and forth. Notice a couple things. Notice I'm moving my fingers all at once. I'm not doing this. Moving this finger, then the 2nd finger, then the 1st finger, like 1, 2, 3. And that takes a little while. See, it's a very efficient movement too. All my fingers are very close. Even when I'm playing like the C chord, you notice my pinky is not way out here. It's in tight, like almost hitching a ride on that 3rd finger, staying attached, because it's right there if I need it for other chords. Right? So the 3rd, all the fingers stay very close to the strings at all times, but my thumb is up enough just to mute out the low E string when I need it on certain chords. And the movements are very economical. So mess around with this. Try this, what I call the pinky G chord. Again, it's not that different from what you've been playing. You're just using a different fingering. You're not even using a different finger. It's the same frets. You're just using different fingers. But look how nice it can make that C change. No more flipping over. You're really gonna like this, and it'll strengthen that pinky up. Stay positive. Remember, your guitar playing is an evolution, and these techniques, these principles, these different fingerings, whatever you're working on, these strum patterns, they take a little time, and you have to really work them and work at them. What I always say is if you have a little 5-10 minutes throughout the day, those little pockets of time, grab your guitar. Leave your guitar out on a stand in the room you're in a lot, in your office or whatever. If you play a lot in your bedroom, wherever, leave the guitar out. Don't put it underneath your bed or in the closet or back in its case. Leave it out. You'll be so much quicker to grab it. And if you have 5 minutes before dinner's ready, or if you have 5 minutes while you're waiting for your friends to come over, because you're gonna go out, you're gonna party like the rock star that you are, right? If you have that little bit of time, go through some chord changes, right? Practice your chord changes, even if you're just going back and forth. And that's a good way to practice chord changes that you're struggling on, because you're going to see that G to C change in a gazillion songs. You're going to see D to G if you're practicing D to G. Just back and forth with those good chord change mechanics, getting all those notes to ring true. No dead strings, like none of... See? That's because my technique is not good. I'm not on my fingertips. Get on your fingertips, wrist down. Back and forth, and pretty soon you'll get these changes so they're automatic. You'll be able to roll through them like butter. But you have to start with really just kind of slow and steady progress. You'll miss the change the first 100 times, then you'll start to get it like 20% of the time, and then you'll start to hit it 40%, and eventually you'll start getting it 75, 80, 90, and then all the time. So it's an evolution. Don't get discouraged. You're not alone. Anyone that's ever picked up the guitar has gone through this process. No one ever picked up a guitar and never played before and went and played a G chord, much less gone from a G to a C chord, So it takes time, but you can do it. Stay positive. Be sure to check out our website at nextlevelguitar.com. We have over 850 lessons for beginner, intermediate, advanced players, all genres of music. It's a complete structured guitar curriculum that'll get your guitar playing to the next level as fast as possible. Or if you've never even played guitar before, we take you right from the start of your guitar journey. So check out the site, nextlevelguitar.com. If you want those 5 lessons I was telling you about earlier for free, easy. All you have to do is click on that link in the text box below this video. We'll send you 5 free lessons that aren't on YouTube and a coinciding ebook for free from nextlevelguitar.com. All right, I'm David Taub, co-creator, Next Level Guitar. Stay positive. Remember, your playing is an evolution. Keep checking out our videos. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on that subscribe button, and keep on rocking. See you next time.